Hello! For all our wine lovers
and book lovers,
this is Wine Sisters Book Club.
Hey there.
Hey!
Are you going to have a glass of our very secret blind tasting?
We're doing our blind tasting a little different today. We both got the same one first.
And
this is Aly's pick for the book.
The problem is our glass is clear and the wine is
pink.
Meaning the variety is pretty easy to decipher. However,
no, not the variety. It could be anything.
True. The wine. She's being very technical.
Yeah. But I'm a little hot. I'm going to take my jacket off.
Probably for the best because we're in the same outfit. Oh my God. That's the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Did you buy that shirt for this podcast?
So I saw it and I thought it was hilarious. And then if I did this, it would be so funny. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll get Aly one for her birthday. And then I was like, oh, well, then I would need to get Jordan one too. And her birthday's not till October. Because you can't just like get someone a favorite sister t-shirt when you have multiple sisters.
She was wearing a sweatshirt the same color as the shirt I'm wearing. So I already thought it was weird that we're twinning. But then she said, oh, I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. And underneath is a shirt that says favorite sister.
We all know who your favorite sister is. And I'm talking about you people.
She's talking about you, Jordan. Oh my God.
You both like me the best.
That was like a magic trick. That was a magic trick.
Did you expect it?
Oh my God. I didn't.
You didn't even see it coming.
No, but I would say my senses are moving slower today. We just got done with a photo shoot that was in my house for our Wente Family Vineyards holiday campaign.
Yeah.
We had models here. We had prop stylists. We had our husbands in the shoot.
Right. And the husbands were like, "Who are we getting paid?" And we're like, well, you, my friend, get paid in love and in wine.
Yeah. And no, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had, I'm not sure if they had any fun, but
probably not.
Needless to say, the only way to do a photo shoot and make it fun is to have a little wine. So we're ahead of the game on our normal getting warmed up with wine situation here. So this might be an interesting podcast. Buckle up.
Well, you did see that, was it New York Times that was like, podcasters say that you're funnier after you have a glass or two of alcohol.
No, it was Wine Enthusiast.
Oh, it was Wine Enthusiast.
Yeah, and it was, we agree. We agree podcasts are better with wine. 100%. We're better with wine. We've said that before. So,
yeah.
But something fun is that Niki and I just came back from a Kauaian vacation.
Yes.
And we had a great time, didn't you, Niki? You loved doing all the physical activities.
I know. I honestly just like a sedentary lifestyle. I just want to sit around and read a book, drink some wine.
We did a lot of that, by the way.
We did.
We did a lot of that.
But you guys did force me to go to the gym for the first time in forever because I don't have a gym membership. And you made me go on a bike ride, and you made me play pickleball, and you made me go on a hike, and you made me play golf.
Oh, poor you. Your life sounds so hard.
It's so hard being me.
Oh. Honestly, those things are part of vacation. And we had everything only took a half day. If we did an activity, it was only a half day. So then you still got to lay by the pool, read your books, drink your wines.
And I did finish 2 books on this trip. So like I got a lot of reading done.
Wow, that's more than I can say. We both agreed to start A Great Big Beautiful Life.
Yes.
On the lounge chairs at the pool, and we committed to that. We did not read these books on the plane.
No.
We read them in the lounge chairs.
Next to each other at the pool.
With coconuts in our hands.
Big
Big fat coconuts.
Then like traded out. I had like a bottle of Sancerre. I had a lava flow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a big pina girl. If I go to a tropical vacation, I want pina coladas. I know it's so bad for you. I know it's full of sugar, but I don't ever drink them unless I'm somewhere tropical.
Right.
So
it would be bizarre to have a pina colada at your house.
I think my consumption of rum through pina coladas and Mai Tais was essentially through the roof for a week-long vacation.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm okay with that.
Right. One time a year or one time every 5 years. I mean, I don't go to Hawaii a whole lot.
No, I know. I wish we could go more often. And now that it's over, kind of living in a state of depression.
Yeah. It's like you're always looking forward to that next vacation.
Yeah.
But our next vacation happens to be with the kids.
Yeah. So we did not have our kids, which is why this was actually a vacation.
Right. Not parenting elsewhere, parenting abroad.
Yeah. I saw something that was like, I know vacation's expensive, but can you put a price tag on watching your kids throw tantrums on the beach or something like that? And I was like, yeah, that is literally why we didn't bring them.
Yeah. But I will say we went to Puerto Vallarta after harvest last year because Nick and I used to do Cabo every year after harvest. Because harvest, I work ridiculous hours. Like I'm at work oftentimes at like 3 a.m. or earlier, depending on if like things break or just people need help. So my hours are super flexible. So I'm like in the office at 3 a.m., but I'm still in meetings with like marketing or sales or, like all of the other departments. They work normal hours during harvest.
We don't stop.
Yeah. So I'm still working in the office until like 5. So it's like 3 to 5 every day. Get a little time to sleep and then you're back in. And I also have teams that start work at 7 p.m. So you're getting phone calls pretty much all the time. And so
you need to lay down. You need to be horizontal after such
hours.
Yeah.
So we would do
after such. And
so we would do Cabo. And then when we had kids, we kind of stopped that because it was just, they were too young and we didn't have passports. We finally got them passports. We went to Puerto Vallarta in November last year, which is just after harvest ends. And it was amazing. Like the kids were impeccable. The thing that I would not want to do again is the flight.
Yeah.
The flight with the kids, it wasn't even that far. It was like 3.5 hours on the plane.
No.
But Luca had an ear infection and we didn't know on the way home.
That's the problem with these kids.
Yeah.
You never know what they have.
I know. Well, like he got it from the pool and we just didn't know.
Oh, or like swimmer's ear.
It was like swimmer's ear, but swimmer's ear is still an ear infection.
Yeah, same thing. It probably turned into an ear infection on the plane.
Right.
Probably.
But makes me feel even worse is that we went from Mexico. The next weekend we went to Arizona on a plane with our kids to see my husband's family, and he still had that ear infection because we didn't know.
It's hard to be a parent and know. You're a good parent that you took your kids to Puerto Vallarta. My kids stay in this house and we leave them, and
no, that's not true.
They don't get to come out.
They do go out. You guys are taking them out to dinner tonight.
Yeah, we are taking them out to dinner tonight. Pray for us. Put us in your prayers. Who knows how it'll go. My son had 2 timeouts before we even went to school this morning. And he went to school at 7:30. So everyone just put your feet on the ground about how behaved my son is.
We got to go touch some grass.
Yeah. We have no idea what state he'll be in when we pick him up from school today.
I know. I was going to say, if you guys want to come over tomorrow night for dinner, more than welcome, because our daughter is always better when your son is around.
What if we just leave the kids at your house and we'll just
you and
see
go out.
Yeah, we'll go out. You can babysit.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, Nikki. Oh my gosh. I thought I was texting one of the teachers at our kids' school, and I texted her and I asked if she would babysit for us on Saturday, and I accidentally texted one of the moms who was in. She texted me back and said, "Hi, this is Amaya's mom. Did you mean to text me?" And I was like, clearly not, but thank you. And I'm sorry. She said, "Yeah, I mean, I was thinking I'd maybe watch your kids for like an hour, but I don't know about a whole day. Sounds fun. Can we come?" Something like that. It was so great.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Also horrifying.
Also, I was like crying laughing at it when she said, "Yeah, maybe I'd watch your kids for an hour, but I don't know about the whole day." I was like, such a good response.
So
okay. Also, I've been on some podcasts lately, and I've been asked a couple of questions, and
gotta name them.
I'm going to. So the podcast questions that I was asked is, okay, so one, and I want to know what you would say about you. I know what I would say about you, but like, what would you say about me?
Okay.
So the first one was, if you could describe yourself with one word, what would you say?
Ooh, that's a hard question because it's like self-reflection, and I think that's like self-reflection is the hardest thing that anyone can do.
Self-reflection while someone's looking into your eyes and you're not prepared is also a challenge.
No, for sure.
I'm looking into your eyes.
I know what you would say about me. I think I know what most of my very close friends, you guys would say loyal.
Yes, I would say loyal.
Like, and I bet if you asked like Jesse, or if you asked Haley, or if you asked Logan, like I bet like most of my best girlfriends would say loyal.
Yeah, you are, because you will like go down fighting for your friends. Literally.
Metaphorically.
Literally.
What I would say about myself.
No, say about me. Talk
Okay.
about me.
Okay, I will talk about you. Well, I always say like you're very patient.
Oh, patient. Yeah.
You are very patient, but I don't know like that necessarily wraps like you up.
I sound boring.
No, I know, but you really are patient. So like that is true. I would say that you're like, I don't know. I feel like you have like a lightness about you where you like,
Oh,
you're very like
I like
lighthearted.
that.
Like you like make people happy. Like you come into a room and you make people feel comfortable, confident, and happy.
I love that I brought this up. I'm just getting free love.
Compliments.
This is free compliments. This is free love.
But what did you say about yourself? I need to know.
I said happy.
Okay, well, that's kind of what I like. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. But like but that happy also doesn't do it. Like patient
No.
and happy aren't like the right words.
Yeah,
It's
happy
like,
didn't feel right. That's why I'm bringing it up.
that's there's like a lightness about you that like it's like you bring light into the world.
Oh, thank you. I was thinking like I meant happy because I think I'm generally like in a like relative. I'm a glass half full person. So like
Yeah.
maybe I should have said like optimistic or like you know.
yeah, like an optimist.
Yeah, I'm an
For
optimist.
sure. I don't know what I would say about myself. I probably wouldn't say loyal. Like that's not like the thing that comes to me. That's like what I think people would say about me.
I think I would say like loyal and then passionate because like you feel greatly and like you have a lot of passion and when there's something you really want, like you're gonna go get it.
I have big feelings.
You have big, you have big feelings and you're very sweet.
Big feelings, just like my boy Jones.
Yeah, just like my son. He's got a lot of you and his dad.
Jones is a lot like his Tia.
I know, and he loves you. He got a cut on his finger yesterday, and he goes, "Call Tia. I need to tell her about my cut." I was like, "She's cooking dinner for her kids. She does not want to call you right now." And he was like, "Call her." I did not call you though because I just knew.
But it's so funny that like your son and your husband, when they get a big cut, want to call me.
God knew though that I have these big feelings. I got you. I have my husband. I almost said my son. He's basically my son. Okay, I have two sons and my son.
Yeah.
All big feelings, big personalities. That's why the patient thing comes real handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the other one, and I want to know what you say, is what was a really unique wine and food pairing that I've had recently?
Ooh.
And for me, let me explain why I actually don't really love this answer, is even in the wine industry, and like we work in wine and I work in hospitality, I work in food and wine. And sure, I know
Yeah.
when we have a good pairing and a bad pairing, but as a human, I am slightly intimidated by food and wine pairing because I think it is complex and not easy to figure out. And so I live by the motto of eat what you want, drink what you want. So I'm never super focused on like what my exceptional food and wine pairing is. And just we work in wine, so we get asked these questions.
Yes.
But it makes me feel like I need to be having like escargot on ice with a orange
Riesling.
wine. Yeah, like
Yeah,
something crazy.
A Riesling from Alsace.
Yeah. And
Although we did just have a Riesling from Alsace. That
Yes, we did.
was,
What was it?
1998.
I was going to say 80s. Yeah, 1998.
And it was
interesting.
Beautiful. It was
I
hilarious.
thought it tasted like Gouda.
I just was impressed by the color. The color. So when you age a white wine, like they turn brown, and this wine
Yeah.
did not turn brown.
No, it
and
was
I was
really
talking
light.
to someone. Oh, it must have been Brooke. I was talking to Brooke, who's one of our sales reps, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Riesling Alsace, it's just bomb proof." I was like, "Yeah, it really is." Like that was like the best way to put it.
It had like a little bit of palm oil in it.
Yeah, right. Well, because it's Riesling.
Yeah.
But
Little gasoline.
that's funny. So when I think about food wine pairings, so whenever I pair food and wine, I guess I'll go back. I always just go with the wine that I'm feeling like. It's never like I'll be like, oh, I really want a Chardonnay, and then I'll think about like what we're having for dinner as a second thought.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, okay, if I want a Chardonnay and we're having steak, I might do a heavier Chardonnay. And if I'm wanting a Chardonnay and we're doing salmon, I might do a lighter Chardonnay.
Yeah.
So like that's how I like because I already know what I want, and I think that's the beauty of wine. Once you get so familiar with it, is you don't have to pair your food with a wine because someone told you that Sauv Blanc in tacos is the best. If you don't want Sauv Blanc, drink something else. Pinot grows great with taco too, like.
So true. I can't even remember. I think I said something about like one of the new pairings we have in our tasting room because I felt stressed out about it. But what I should have threw a curveball and said like instant mac and cheese and Riva Chardonnay, because that's my life.
Right.
Like I'm just a regular mom.
Right. Well, I wish that my kids were having scallops and some caviar. First of all, we can't afford to feed them that because the way that they eat, half of it ends up on the floor. Mm-hmm. And second of all, they are not that refined. They are craft girls and boys.
Yeah, we are eating just the basics over here.
Oh, yeah.
Or cooking them totally separate meals if we can't stand it. But yeah. So anyways, I just think it's funny. And this is a message to anybody who is not in the wine industry. Eat what you like, drink what you like. Don't stress out.
Yeah.
And if something doesn't pair perfectly, which happens a lot with spicy food, and I will just say I eat a lot of spicy food, and that's probably why I don't focus too much on the wine pairings, because if you want a spicy food, like something a little sweeter can help cut down on the spice. But I don't love sweet wines. Yeah. So I just eat my dinner and don't drink a lot while I'm eating it, and then drink it before and after. I don't know. Just like eat what you like, drink what you like, and like live your life, and don't let the walls of wine make you feel like you can't participate in it.
Yeah. Like wine is supposed to be fun. Like people think wine is scary or snooty. Like it is only as snooty as you make it. Like don't let people make you feel bad about wine. Wine is supposed to be fun.
I saw something that said wine snobs are snobby about their wine snobberiness. And I was laughing about it. And I was like, that's what we need to get away from.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like,
no place for that in the industry.
No place for that.
Yeah. We really didn't do this right. Well, what I was saying, the last time I was on a podcast, not with you, because we were on a podcast together recently too. One of the questions I was asked was 3 people you'd go to dinner with, alive or dead. So
that's a very scary question.
I know. But like the funny thing, like for me, the first person immediately, I was like, my great-great-grandfather Carl, who started the wine business for us, because I would just like to like know what he was thinking. Like, did he expect us to be here today? Like, it would just be like super interesting. But then the rest are harder. I'm like, oh, I would love to have dinner with Taylor Swift, but is that like silly?
No, this is this is why I would use passion for you, because I love you, great-great-grandfather, but you're not on my list. If I'm only picking 3 people, no, I want to sit with...
I even said like Carl, our grandpa, because we didn't get to meet him.
Well, that one pulls at the heartstrings, maybe a little closer to home for me than
so like
great-great-grandfather.
Yeah.
He's probably not really into our vibe. I will tell you. I don't think if grandma's not into our vibe, I don't think great-great-grandfather will be into our vibe.
Yeah. Well,
we're a little too crazy.
I
don't know who I would do. I don't know if I want to answer this, but I do think I would like to sit down with Beyonce, because she's just like such a performer, innovator, songwriter. Like she's very cool. Yeah, I would also love to sit down with Taylor Swift. Like, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
And then like I think I would really love to sit down with Michelle Obama, because I think she is just like such an interesting person and held a position.
All alive people.
Yeah. All alive. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to sit with the dead.
Yeah. Well, and we were asking this question because we got talking about crazy stuff on the hike in Hawaii, and
or maybe Oprah. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Help me. Okay.
After
all women, by the way.
After talking about this for a while, we were like, you know what? I want to talk to Jesus.
Let's get inside his head.
Let's get him over here and sit him down at the table. Figure out this guy.
There's a lot to figure out.
There's a lot to figure out. I mean, could go any way. Really.
I know. We're going to be banned from this podcast.
It could be.
This episode is going to tank.
Oh, no.
Don't take anything we say too seriously on here, folks.
Yeah, we're just trying to have fun.
We're just trying to have fun. We're
Yeah.
not trying to push any kind of views on you.
No.
This is just us.
Yeah.
Us as we are.
Yeah.
The funny thing is we're doing a blind tasting and I poured my wine first. The glasses are clear. Nikki's looking at my, like we said, it's pink
Yeah. So I guess I should
and
just...
delicious.
We haven't even got to the book yet.
No.
We're doing this like backwards, not normal. I think it's because we started with wine before, so
Yeah.
we're all a little hunky dory here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna guess that was a rosé.
It was. And what does it smell like to you?
Oh, I'm all gone. But it has like this really beautiful strawberry aroma with some like maybe white flowers. It's got a lot of really pretty bloom. Like it's
Aromatic and gorgeous.
very aromatic and gorgeous.
Smells
And then-
like a warm day by the water.
It really does. It smells like a beach read.
Smells like a beach read.
It smells like a beach read.
This is why I picked it.
And then on the palate, it's got a really beautiful, luscious mouthfeel for something that is so light in color. Like I actually think it's like almost like a velvety softness to it with a really beautiful acid finish. And I blended this wine, so I know that it's mine.
You are correct.
So this is the Niki's Pinot Noir Rosé. It is the 2024 vintage, and it is the best vintage that we have ever made. Alec Fraser, who is our small lot winemaker, partners with me on this wine. And Alec, if you're listening, we fucking knocked this out of the park.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Frickin' done.
Yeah. Well, I like this. Now I'll do my blind pairing at the
After.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
because now we'll have a glass of yours. Look, we're figuring this out, you guys.
Yeah.
Live.
Well, we're not really ever figuring anything out. So
Yeah.
feedback, welcome. You can add it in the comments.
Give us feedback. Okay, so Great Big Beautiful Life.
Yes. So for anyone who hasn't read this book, and if you don't want to, here is the like one sentence what this is about. A Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry follows two journalists competing for the chance to interview a prominent socialite who has been missing for 30 years. The one thing about drinking before you podcast is that you start to get tongue twisted. So we're all going to just have to acknowledge that.
It's a Friday for us.
It's a Friday. And so that's the one sentence synopsis that I did.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I think if you like the, what's it? Seven Husbands of
Emily Hugo. Yeah.
Evelyn Hugo.
Evelyn. You're
Evelyn
right.
Hugo. I think you would like this book. Emily Henry is one of our favorite romance authors.
Yeah.
I think both of our favorite book by her is Book Lovers.
Yes.
It is funny, it is witty, it is clever, and we had a lot of fun.
I have read all of Emily Henry's books. I don't know if you've read all of them.
I don't know if I've read them all, but almost.
Yeah. I've read all of them. I can even give my ranking. Like I know it.
Yeah, go ahead. I think
Okay.
let's just lead with it.
Okay. So my ranking of Emily Henry books is Book Lovers, Beach Read, Funny Story, Happy Place, this book, Great Big Beautiful Life, and then People We Met on Vacation. I couldn't stand the main character in People We Met on Vacation, and that's why I didn't love it. But I also didn't love this book as much as I hoped. And I am a huge Emily Henry stan. Like, I love her. But the reason I love Emily is because her banter, her, like, wit, jokes are usually, like, I'm, like, cackling through her books. Like, as I'm reading them, I'm, like, dying laughing. Her characters are super relatable. Like, there's a lot that I can connect with in her books, along with that, like, funny wit and banter. And I think I only laughed out loud once in this entire book. And it was that same one. We both laughed out loud at the, like, almost the exact same time when we're reading it together about Buying Alabama.
Yes, that was the one funny part. There was no other funniness in this book, I don't think. It
No.
was like more serious, kind of like,
Definitely.
yeah. And also, I'm really impressed with you. You listed all of those Emily Henry books without even looking at anything. She did that blind. This is a true fan. She's a true fan.
No, like I truly, she's like one of my all-time favorite romance authors.
Yeah. I mean, I think I read almost all of those, maybe not two of them. So I never read.
People We Met on Vacation.
Yeah, People We Met on Vacation. I haven't read that one.
And did you read Beach Read? I don't think you did.
I didn't read Beach Read, but I've read the others.
But I think you would like Beach Read.
Yeah, I think I would too.
It was the best part about Beach Read is that there's like this scene where she puts like she's going to this like book signing thing, and then she finds out that like she was actually not the author because she's an author, and she.
Oh no, I did read this book.
Oh, you did. And
Yeah,
she had,
yeah.
like, the
no.
purse wine.
Yeah. I loved that book. I
Okay.
actually thought that book was really funny.
Yeah, the
Yes.
purse wine thing like killed me, and I think because like the character was relatable.
So good.
She always has like sort of a downer thing going on in books.
Yeah.
Like there's always like some sort of like, oh, like your parent passed away, or like, you know, there's something you're getting over, you got it broken up with, like.
Yeah.
But she has a way of like turning it into like this epic funny thing, but I just didn't feel that in this book.
I know. And you know what's funny about me is I'm very easy to please with a romance book. I will give very high ratings because I like to know what I'm going to feel. I like to be happy.
Yeah.
I like romance. Like I'm a silly little romantic in my head. So it's really easy to get like 4+ from me on a rating scale. I gave this one 3.
I gave it a 3 as well.
Yeah. I just like, first of all, the dual timeline thing. I completely get where in past we've talked about you don't love a dual timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I wasn't like super excited about Margaret's story, I guess. That I don't know. And then I was kind of like, get back to the romance. Like, what's happening here? We know something's going to happen between Alice and Hayden, but it took so long. And
Yeah.
I don't know. And then there's this thing for me, which I am very easy to please. But when, like, even in the end, when he just sort of, she's like, well, you're going to have to move here to Atlanta, or not Atlanta, but Seaside, Georgia. Where were
Yeah,
they? Like
yeah.
somewhere on the coast of Georgia. My mom is here. I'm doing this. Everything's about me. And like, you need to change your life for me. And it's just like, that's not the way the world works at all. So it's almost like too extreme.
Yeah. It was like instant love.
Yes.
Like they had the insta love, and then they had like, well, this is what we're doing now. And he's like, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah, and there wasn't like even that much communication about their
No.
love. Like,
Or,
yeah,
like,
they had like
let's-
an instant love, an instant connection, but they
Yeah. And then like they didn't like try long distance. Like there was
Yes.
like no like normal
exploring
relationship.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no normal, there was no exploring.
Yeah.
And I think I knew and again, romance books are kind of readable, but it was like, okay, you obviously know one of them has I didn't know who it was, but I was like, okay, one of them has some relation to Margaret.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. You know, like that's what we're all here to figure out. So there's a relationship with her, and then we're trying to figure out what happens with their romance.
Yeah.
And that was to me like, okay, we had to sit through a lot, like wade through a lot of drama from Margaret's family, like to even start back with like her great grandfather. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't like the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my
Me
gosh,
neither.
I can't even talk. It was not one of the books that I loved. I think because it was in the beginning of like my reading journey, when like that was early on in my reading journey, and I probably rated it 4 stars. But I used to rate things based on like I would get, if I didn't like it, I would still rate it higher because if like people loved it around me, like I wanted to be.
You felt influenced to like something more.
Like,
yeah.
oh, I loved this. And now that I read so much, and I also like read a lot of weird books that I end up really liking, I'm like, if I like it and you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I probably rated Evelyn Hugo higher than I should have. So didn't love that book. Didn't love this one. I personally liked the love story between Alice and Hayden more than I loved Margaret's. I know you said that too. But I will say, from what you just said, I didn't see the ending coming. Like, I did not expect Margaret to be related to Hayden.
Oh, I totally did. I was like, there's something going on with Margaret. This is weird. You know, they kept calling it out. He kept saying, this doesn't feel like a normal job. This feels really weird. They identified that she was acting different for both of them. The whole like thought of like, why is she doing this now? I said, okay, all these things, she has to be connected to one of them. There's a reason that it's the two of them, and we're going to figure it out. I just thought in the end, too, like we'd figure out what it was and that they'd write the book together. And I guess ultimately that did happen.
Right.
I thought it would happen without them breaking up kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I thought they would just like figure out how they just talk her into writing the book together, and that would end the tension between them. Mm-hmm. But that's not how that happened. They did write the book together.
They did.
But that's not how the tension dissipated, which is what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. No, I didn't see that happening. I, like, in my head, like, I thought she got pregnant. Like, I was like, oh, she had a kid. Like, but for some reason, like, and I'm usually really good at putting these kinds of things together, but it didn't even cross my mind. And I honestly think it might have been just, like, my engagement.
Probably. And I'm shook that I pieced things together and you didn't, because normally it's the opposite way around. So,
Yeah.
okay, Nikki, if you were Alice,
Yeah.
and you found out all the things she did about Jody and Margaret and Hayden's connection to all of them, would you have, like, what would you have done? Would you have ran away because you're under an NDA, or would you have told this person that you were really falling for what was going on?
I probably would have told them. I'm not great with secrets from people that I love.
Agreed.
Like, if it's like, if I'm keeping a secret from someone that don't care about, I'm good. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, I can be a vault if you want me to. But with people I love, like, if Nate told me to keep a secret from you, it would be really hard. Like, that would be impossible, because you're someone I truly love. Like, I would be like, or if you told me to keep a secret from Nate, because that's more realistic. We found out Nate's true biological father is someone different than what he thought, and you knew, but Nate didn't know. Like, and Nate's not even my husband, and I would have a hard time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just like,
I'm too emotional as a person to be able to, and I'm too much of a romantic. Like, there's a zero way that I could, like, break up a relationship that I was really, like, I would throw everything away for love. I think that's, like, who I am.
yeah.
But, like,
I think that is who you are.
I am that way. Like, I love love, and I'm emotional, and, like, I don't know. I would definitely break the NDA, but I'm the kind of person that would be like, I'm going to tell you something, and you have to act like you have no idea, and you have to figure this out yourself in front of them, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. Like, you have to go and steal a glass bottle from their house that she had her lips on.
Right.
You send that in. You get a DNA test. Then you send your blood.
Okay. You are so clinical. I would just be like, you have to go and start asking her questions about why this job doesn't feel right, and if there is if there's something else, like an ulterior motive.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm a little clinical. But,
You are.
But, like, if you came with, like, hard science, like, how is she going to say no?
I know. Well, yeah, but that's like
The truth.
that's like definitely breaking some contractual things. Like,
I know
you're
there probably
stealing her
is, like-
DNA, and I know
But it's her-
DNA is different than NDA, but
Yeah.
they're the three same letters, and it feels wrong.
Well, what? But it's her nephew. No, son. No, grandson. Grandson. She would
Yeah.
never be mad at. What is she going to do? Sue her grandson?
Ultimately, she wants him to find out, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of this, or at least
Right.
Jody wants him to find out and
Right.
wants her to have someone so she's not alone. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sometimes that's also a problem for me with books. Like, oh, really? Really? You really like this guy? You're spending every day with him. You guys are totally falling in love, and you're just going to, like, not give him any reason as to why you're basically breaking up and just leaving him high and dry?
Yeah, we can't be together. Well, so that, like, this is like a classic romance novel thing, right? And I also feel like the personalities of the two main characters are like a new classic romance novel thing, where you have like
Yeah.
the perky girl and the brooding
Dark and stormy.
dark and stormy male. Like it feels like every book I pick up is that.
And I'm getting so sick of it. Even fantasy books, they all have dark hair, dark energy, shadows, wisp, blah blah blah. They're serious. Same thing now with these romance books, and I'm like, sorry, I'm married to a blonde, but I'm like, where's the beach blonde guy with the blue eyes and the happy-go-lucky? Like and not every guy is brooding, sad, and dark.
I know. Where's our golden retrievers?
We need some golden retrievers up in this house.
Well, and no, like really what girls go for funny guys.
They do.
Do not tell me different. Like girls do not go for brooding males that are mean to them.
No, we're not in elementary school fighting on the playground anymore. Okay. But that's actually so real. I started dating my husband because I thought, first of all, we were friends and I couldn't even believe I was going to be dating him because I was like, wait, what? But he was so funny. Like he was like a funny, fun, life of the party kind of guy. And I was like, that's so fun. His energy makes me happy. Yeah. So
right. I know there's no book that lately there are books in the past. Like I've read books with like a funny main guy, but like that's not like the main character trait for any guy lately. And I am just sick to death. I'm like, please, one funny guy. Just give me one funny guy. Or even a golden retriever that's like kind of stupid and you're like, but he's so beautiful and fun.
You know what? I'm thinking of a book right now where I had a golden retriever.
Who?
It was the book what I thought I was reading, Abby Jimenez's new book. I read her last book.
Oh, he was a golden
Part
retriever.
of Your World.
That is like a long time ago book. She wrote that.
I know. Long time ago. Whatever. Part of Your World. Golden retriever. So maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
The golden retrievers have been left in the past.
Yeah. But that guy was also like, he was a golden retriever, but he was like still kind of broody.
No.
You don't think so?
I feel like he was just like Mr. Perfect, Mr. Happy,
like
making down
mayor of town.
Yeah, he was the mayor of the little town. He had a bread and breakfast. He did it bed and breakfast. He did it all himself. He was just like a love, and you know what? I loved him.
I did too.
He's the one
I actually really loved that book.
Like, I did like that book.
There was something about it that was the like drama. And we're like not even talking about him.
We've moved on to a different book.
Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World, great rom-com.
It's a good rom-com.
But like the like drama between the main female character and her ex-husband, like was so real because it was like such subtle narcissism on his part that like ended the relationship that he like didn't even understand. And I was like, that's the type of things that women go through all the time.
That's real. Yes, it was a good book.
So real. Like we're like. Some of these things can be really outlandish. Like you go to a small town and you find a
story of my
contractor.
Life. Yeah, I know where you were going with that. Story of my life. Not real, but a good fantasy.
A good time.
A good fantasy world. Not fantasy as in dragons, as in like that's what you'll dream about, ladies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I thought that book was really good. Let me see. I have some other questions. Oh, the family drama.
Margaret's.
Yeah, we're going back to Great Big Beautiful Life. Yeah,
yeah,
so
Margaret's.
Not Margaret's family drama. I'm talking about how like Alice had her family drama where like her sister was sick, so she was like, she like went up to Hayden's room and he didn't answer the door immediately because he was in the shower, and she was like freaking out that he's like in there dying because her sister is sick.
Yeah,
and then plus like Alice's family,
she doesn't like really talk to her mom because her dad passed away. They don't have a good relationship,
right?
Her
like,
mom
and she's
doesn't
like
approve of her career, blah blah blah.
Right, and then you have Hayden who's like, I had to be the perfect kid because my parents were small town mayors, and like. My dad was a small town mayor. My mom was the first lady.
Yeah, first lady of the small town.
Yeah. And like I had to just be so perfect all the time that like I don't even know who I am. Like, do you think that helped or hindered the story?
I think it didn't like add that much for me, I guess. Like I get at the end of the day, like it almost hindered the story because I wasn't there for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here for you solving the problems with your mom. However, there was like I was getting like very frustrated with Alice's relationship with her mom because I think they spent a lot more time on that piece since we never went to Hayden's house and like met his parents and blah, blah, blah. I was feeling very frustrated with her relationship with her mom because in general, I'm a communicator. So when people can't communicate about their feelings, it drives me crazy because I'm like, there's a very easy way to solve your problems and you're just being dummies. And let me get there and I'll help you guys talk it out. Maybe I should have been a therapist.
Maybe.
Is that what we're doing right now?
I think so.
This is therapy. So anyways, I don't know. I think I appreciated the ability for them to get past their drama in the end. I just like it just sort of dragged on me.
Yeah, no. So I don't think that it made a difference.
No, yeah, it didn't add or take away from the story. It was just sort of more writing.
Yeah.
More words to make a bigger book.
And like it I think she did it for character development. Like she was trying to give them like a reason for the way they are. But I still to this day don't understand how it impacted their character development because Alice is like so happy-go-lucky. So like if she had all these like stressors, I don't see how she could be like so positive all the time. And then Hayden was sort of kind of moody and broody, but like he was supposed to be perfect. So like I don't get that either. And then I think that maybe it could have been more interesting and less annoying if they a little bit more interesting, less annoying if they didn't have the Margaret piece, because you're spending half your time on Margaret and half your time on them. So it's like almost trying to cram too much stuff in the half.
Too much to unpack. Yeah. I completely agree. It's like, are we unpacking Margaret? Are we unpacking Hayden and Alice? Like, are we getting to know their relationship? Or are we talking about their parents' drama? Oh, no, we're talking about Margaret and Cosmo and Nicolette and secret babies and money and power and blah. It was like, okay, how much are we trying to fit into this romance novel? And like, let's get back to what the people want, which is the romance.
Right.
And there was very little of the romance. I think it was actually like a third of the book was romance and the rest of it was like context in Margaret's life. Right?
It might have even been less than a third, honestly.
Yeah. So, and that's a quarter. Let's call it a quarter. And that's why I rated it low, because also I rated it low. It took me forever to finish this book.
I finished it on the plane on the way home. Like I didn't finish. I expected to finish it in Hawaii, but I didn't.
And I think that's the problem. If it was a really good book,
I finished them faster.
I finished them so much faster. Yeah. I just like kept putting down the book and would be like, okay, what am I doing now? So it was losing my interest.
Right.
And yeah, then that's a clear sign that it's not a winner for me.
Okay. My last question.
Oh.
Unless you want to talk more.
No, you look serious. So what is it?
Dream casting.
Oh,
we never do this
for a movie or like a TV show.
Yeah, like so here's mine. Okay, only the three. Only Margaret.
Okay. By the way, she clearly took time to think about this beforehand, so this is unfair.
Aly, well,
this is not fair.
You can either agree or disagree and suggest another.
Okay.
For a young Margaret, I picked Gracie Abrams
because
like she's like brunette, like with like I don't know, and like skinny. Like they always talk about how singer. Gracie Abrams.
Yeah.
Okay. But like she's skinny.
But you want her to go into
acting. Gracie
acting.
Abrams has like the abs.
I know, but you want her to go into acting.
Well, no, she's not an actress. That's Evelyn Hugo.
I thought we were but you're talking casting.
Yeah.
Like if it was going to be a TV show.
Oh no, I like you just pick a famous person, like a dream cast.
Okay, but in my mind that means they're going to be on TV.
You could pick Kim Kardashian. Well, I guess she is an actress.
Yeah, like she is now. Have you not seen?
Yeah. Okay. Zoe Dutch. For Alice.
For Alice. That's a good one because she's sort of like kind of aloof, happy. Yeah.
And then Adam Driver for Hayden because they said he has like...
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who Adam Driver is.
The guy that's in Star Wars, the new ones?
Absolutely. That means nothing to me.
He's young and tall.
No. I feel like Hayden could be like a like Robert Pattinson or something.
They're kind of...
Twilight.
Yes, I know.
Okay. I was
they're like in the same class of structure. Adam Driver just has darker hair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like who else it could be. It's
Adam
just
Driver,
like,
how do you not know who happened? He was like, he's very famous.
I don't know. I need my phone, but my phone is recording me. So
yeah. And only if only Aly charged her iPad for these things.
I don't have an iPad. It's Nate's iPad. I don't know how to do it. So anyway.
Oh, don't be so helpless.
Okay, well, honestly, I'm smelling the wine you gave me. I think I'm just going to go into what this is.
Okay.
And it smells sort of like a fruit cocktail. Oh, Adam Driver. Oh my God, you know who he kind of looks like? It's like Keanu Reeves.
He does look like Keanu Reeves. But like he has kind of
No,
like an
he's not
interesting
handsome
nose.
enough.
No, but the girl, Alice in the book says that he wasn't like, she's like, oh, I don't know how I didn't realize he was handsome. So it's like the longer you look at him, the more you're like, oh, he is kind of handsome.
I don't think that face would grow on me. Sorry, Adam Driver. You're not my type. I have a blonde hair, blue-eyed husband, so it's fair to say it's not my type.
That is true. Everyone has a type. Okay, tell me about the wine.
Okay, wow. It's very different than Adam Driver. And it does smell a little bit like a fruit. You know what it reminds me of? It's like, you know, the like Thanksgiving cornucopia things that have like all these fruits pouring out of the basket.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. And it smells ripe and bright. It reminds me of like putting on a really delicious sunscreen and laying on a lounge chair and getting nice and tan and having a beautiful afternoon, which is, I'm assuming, why you picked this wine, because it's going to be on the beach like we are in not
Hawaii.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Where the sea town.
Yeah. Like it takes place in a sea
What
town.
is the sea town called? I can't remember. It's called
Oof.
the captain said it a million times.
There's no way I'll ever remember
Captain
that.
Cecil. We didn't even talk about him, but whatever.
I mentioned him once, didn't I?
I don't
Or
think
in
you
my
did, but
head.
whatever.
In my head.
Okay, I think it's The Whip by Marriott as well.
No.
Orange Muscat.
Yes.
It was like between those two for me.
You were so close.
I know. Deliciousness.
Yeah.
Okay, Nix, this was super fun. I don't know if we would recommend the book to people. I don't think I would.
I mean, I would, because I would recommend all of Emily Henry's work to anyone. Like if you like her, you will really like all of her books. But it was definitely not my favorite.
Love you. Thanks for sitting down. Cheers.
Cheers.